Welcome back to Ground Conversations. Today I want to address something that happens in salons too often. I believe you've heard about this familiar phrase that there is no beauty without pain. You know that old saying, beauty is pain? We've heard it since we were kids, sitting between someone's knees getting our hair braided. Maybe it was your auntie while she was braiding your hair between her knees. We've been made to think that if a relaxer isn't tingling, it is not working. Or if your braids aren't giving you a mini facelift, they won't last for long. But I'm here to tell you that if it hurts, it's not working. Period. I believe we spend so much money and time in our hair because we love it, right? So why do we tolerate physical pain in the name of style? Our scalp is skin, and skin is an organ. If you were at a spa and a facial started burning your skin off, you wouldn't call that beauty. You'd call it an emergency. I'm talking about those hidden pain points. It's that slow burn on the back of your neck from a chemical relaxer that you try to ignore by, fanning yourself with a magazine. There's this unspoken rule in some salons that if you aren't fighting the fire for at least 10 minutes, the product isn't working. That tingle is often the first sign of a chemical burn. When we talk about salon safety, we have to talk about the pH balance of your scalp. Most relaxers, for example, are highly alkaline. If your stylist isn't using a base cream, or if they are applying it to a scalp that was scratched or even washed too recently, you are looking at a medical injury, not a cosmetic process. If you feel a burn, you need to speak up. A professional stylist that is a real pro won't be offended if you speak up for yourself. They will be so grateful you told them before your skin started to weep. It's that pounding headache that starts the second you leave the shop with a new install. Those aren't just minor inconveniences. They are your body screaming that something is wrong. Your scalp is screaming that something is wrong. Tension. We love our braids, our installs, and our ponytails, but traction alopecia isn't just a medical term. It's a reality for thousands of people. When your hair is pulled too tight, you aren't just stretching the hair. You are pulling the follicle out of its home. Once that follicle is scarred over from repeated tension, it's gone. It doesn't come back. When we talk about salon safety, we usually think about clean floors or even sterilized combs, which are super important. But safety is also about your skin, about your scalp. Your scalp is an organ and it's a sensitive one. When a chemical burns, it is literally damaging your skin cells. When braids are too tight, they are pulling the hair right out of the follicle. Once that follicle is scarred, the hair might never come back, and that is a high price to pay for a 2-week hairstyle. I want you, every time you get braided, maybe you can do the tension test. If you're watching this, look closely. When you're still in the stylist chair, before you pay, before you leave, I want you to take your finger and gently press the base of a braid or the edge of your install. If you see your skin turning white, or if it feels as tight as a drum skin, it's too tight. Try to move your eyebrows or even smile. If you feel a tug, or if your scalp feels like it's being pinned back, you need to speak up. A professional stylist will understand. They would rather loosen a few braids now than have you calling them tomorrow because you can't even sleep. I remember one time I got an install. They were just some braids and I couldn't sleep for 3 days, and I ended up uninstalling those braids because, man, it was so painful and I couldn't stand that pain. Since then, I learned to speak for myself. We have to stop being polite at the expense of our health. Your stylist is a partner in your hair journey, not a dictator. If a product starts to burn, tell them immediately. If the braids feel like they are pulling your braid, say something. A healthy scalp is the only way to get healthy hair growth. You can't grow a beautiful garden if the soil is constantly being scorched, or even whatever you're planting is constantly being uprooted. So let us come into an agreement today. No more fighting the fire for a relaxer. No more taking painkillers just to survive a new set of braids. We are retiring that phrase that beauty is pain. For good, for good. Enjoy your hair. Your hair should not be a burden. You should feel relaxed when you're wearing your hair. Remember to watch my video on your scalp is a garden. You will understand better about taking care of your scalp. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Crown Conversation. Let us engage in the comment section if you can relate to today's video. See you on my next one. Remember to like and hit that subscribe button for more videos like this.